New Mariners head coach John Hutchinson has begun assembling his side for the new campaign. In today's video, we are going to be talking about all of the latest Central Coast Mariners transfer news. And if you guys are keen to see more Mariners news videos like this on the channel, make sure to hit the like button to let me know. Appreciate you guys joining us here today. Jumping over to the Central Coast Mariners official website. First new signing to talk about here, Noah McCann joining the Mariners. 20-year-old Scotland youth international Noah McCann, a left-sided central defender, and it looks like to be a straight replacement, you'd imagine, for Nathan Paul being that left-footed centre-back, but looks like a really interesting signing. He's coming over from QPR's academy. Of course, Mariners' new owners, TSG, are the owners of QPR, so you'd imagine that there is a link there with our new owners. But a really fascinating new signing. Very curious to see how McCann performs at the Mariners this season. Next up, another new signing to talk about. Ollie O'Carroll is another new face at the Mariners this season. He has signed a scholarship contract at the Coast. Aussie Youth International, he featured at the AFC Under-17 Asian Cup earlier this year. Midfield player, great to have more depth and again, more options in midfield there. We know we've already got the likes of Harry Steele, Haine Eames, Christianell in there. So Ollie O'Carroll providing some more options in the middle of the park. Another young player joining the club. So this certainly seems to be, I think, the intention from the club, which is no secret. John Hutchinson recently spoke about it in a video, and it's nothing new for the Mariners. It's been this way for a long time, but really this season, really focusing on sort of identifying some of the best young players across Australia, bringing them to the Mariners and really developing here. So Ollie O'Carroll coming over from Melbourne City's academy as well. We know Melbourne City, they produce some top young players in their academy, so hopefully a big breakout season coming up for Ollie O'Carroll at the Mariners. Next up, Haine Eames. Speaking of young talent at the Mariners, of course, Haine Eames has been one of the Mariners' most exciting young players for the last few years now. I mean, he's entering his third A-League season, and he's still just 18 years of age. It is absolutely phenomenal, but it is fantastic news to have Haine Eames, locked down to a long-term contract here at the club. It is probably one of the best pieces of news we've got actually in recent months at the Central Coast Mariners, because it's great to have someone like Haine Eames, who we imagine, if he's playing regularly this season, which I really hope he does, if he plays regularly, if he has a really good season, he'll probably be attracting some transfer interest from overseas, we hope, and that could well mean a decent transfer fee for the Mariners because of this long-term contract. And I really am expecting a lot from Haine Eames this season because, look, last season, once he got over those injury troubles, and for the second half of the campaign, he was starting regularly. I thought he was one of Mariners' best players for the second half of last campaign. So I'm wanting for this upcoming season, I'm really wanting Haine Eames to be a regular starter for Central Coast Mariners. And I think he's more than capable of being a regular starter for the Mariners, but especially if, the intention is to really develop players here and, sell them on for a transfer fee, help them progress in their career and help them get a really exciting move here. I wouldn't be surprised if Haine Eames is starting week in, week out for Central Coast Mariners, and he is good enough, that is for sure. Storm Roux, I'm really happy with this news here. Storm Roux extending at the Mariners here, an 11th season. It is quite incredible. He is well on his way to maybe becoming the Mariners with the all-time leading appearances at the club. And I think it's a very, very smart re-signing, an important re-signing too, because even just looking at the players that we just talked about so far, Noah McCann, 20 years of age, Ollie O'Carroll, 17, Haine Eames, 18, young players. Mariners could well have a very young team once again this season. So it's so important to have players like Storm Roux committing to the club here with his experience. He's a player who we can maybe even see wearing the captain's armband throughout this season as well. Obviously, you've got some great experienced players at the club like Storm Roux and Andrew Redmayne. So Storm, such an important re-signing here at the Mariners, a 1-year contract extension for the experienced defender. Ollie Lavale also extending his contract for the upcoming season. I'm happy with this news. Just 21 years of age, Ollie Lavale, so still has enormous potential. And look, he arrived in that mid-season transfer window for the Mariners and was starting most games. He was sort of alternating with Nathaniel Blair. Blair was coming on for some games. Lavale, this is a big campaign for him coming up. Mariners gave him an opportunity. Obviously, he was at Western United, and obviously we know all the drama going on with Western United, and given an opportunity here at Central Coast Mariners. And this is the season now for Ollie Lavale to really step up and become a consistent goal scorer in the A-League. I think he showed really, really promising signs that he can develop into a a real top striker in this competition, still just at the age of 21. He's tall, he's strong, he's fast, and if he can just that the finishing ability that he has, if he can just get that clicking for him, he can find the back of the net, and it would be huge for the Mariners. This is a big campaign coming up for Ollie Lavale. As we know, we've had a number of young strikers at the club in recent years, and some of them have succeeded, some of them have struggled a little bit. This is a big campaign coming up for Ollie Lavale, so really happy with this re-signing here. Really excited to see what Lavale offers for the Mariners this season. Next up, we're talking about Diesel Herrington, another important defensive re-signing here. It's a 2-year contract extension for Diesel Herrington. Now, this is an interesting one because Diesel's probably been somewhat of a difficult last couple of years, simply because he hasn't gotten that much game time. He has been out with injury here and there, but with the likes in the last couple of years, with the likes of whether it's Brad Tapp, Brian Kaltak, Nathan Paul, these centre backs ahead of him, Trent Sainsbury, of course, as well. Diesel Herrington has had limited game time, but I still believe that he has a lot to offer for the Mariners at A-League level. He's tall, he's strong, he is fast as well. We have seen him feature at right back as well for the Mariners. But I think there's a chance here. Heading into a new campaign, there's no reason why Diesel can't establish himself as maybe a regular starter for the Mariners this season. So I'm very happy with this re-signing here. Again, another young defender sort of that we're going to have at the club for this upcoming season. So it looks like we've got Sainsbury, Herrington, McCann here as well. So plenty of options there. And the next one who we're going to talk about as well, to finish off here, Shumba Mutokoyi also re-signing at Central Coast Mariners. Not re-signing, signing a scholarship, we should say. I said re-signing because he sort of has been, with the A-League team for a while. He was on the bench for, I think, 6 games it was last season, Shumba Mutokoyi. So a player with enormous potential, still very young at just 17 years of age, but a scholarship contract here for another 17-year-old, along with Ollie O'Carroll receiving a scholarship contract as well. So Shumba Mutokoyi on the bench for a few A-League games last season, didn't make his debut in the A-League, but he's got a huge opportunity now to do that this upcoming campaign. So again, with Mutokoyi in there, McCann, those are those two sort of left-sided centre-backs, and then Sainsbury, Herrington, maybe the right-sided centre-backs. Very curious to see whether we bring anyone else in that sort of position. But as you can see, there are already 4 central defenders at Central Coast Mariners for this season. Would maybe like one more experienced player just to have in there, considering that we have so many youthful players. But really excited to see what Mutokoyi offers for the Mariners this season, and hopefully we do see him get on the pitch this time around. So there is a recap of all of the latest Mariners transfer news. Some really, really interesting signings. Again, 2 new faces coming in with McCann and O'Carroll, and hopefully we see them really perform at Mariners this season. They've been given their opportunity at the club here. So very excited to see some new players at the club, and hopefully we see some new signings being announced in the coming days, weeks, months to come as we prepare for the A-League season. And of course, all eyes on the Australia Cup round of 32 match. Mariners taking on Sydney United 58. We'll definitely be talking about that match right here on the channel. Guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Again, hit the like button if you want to see more Mariners updates right here on YouTube. My name's Lockie. See you in the next one.